Chief Minister Nongthom Wambiren along with 6 former Congress legislators left for Delhi to meet BJP central leaders. Manipur reports 3 new COVID-19 deaths today. Total death toll from COVID-19 in Manipur rises to 16. Visitors coming to Manipur for a short stay have to carry a COVID test negative report done in any lab approved by ICMR. India reports single-day spike of 64,490 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. Death toll reaches 49,980. And veteran politician Ojoy claims producing vote of confidence as the last agenda in the recent held 11th Assembly session is against parliamentary practice. Kurumjari, good evening. You are watching Sunday Primetime English Bulletin on Impact News. And I'm Victoria Rajkumari with you. Our top stories this evening. Chief Minister Nongthom Wambiren along with 6 former Congress legislators left for Delhi today to meet the BJP central leaders. Chief Minister N. Biren led former Wangkai MLA Okram Henry, former Wangjing Dentha MLA Paungnam Brazen, former Wangoi MLA Oinam Lukhoi, former Lilong MLA Mohammad Abdul Nasir, former Saitu MLA Ngamthang Haukip and former Singhat MLA Jingswan Hao Jo for Delhi on a special spice jet flight around 2 p.m. today. They are likely to meet Union Home Minister Amit Shah and BJP National President JP Nadda upon reaching Delhi. The national leaders will receive them as BJP members formally. Speaking to media, former Wangoi MLA O Lukhoi said Chief Minister Nongthom Wambiren led the 6 former Congress MLAs on their trip to Delhi. He said that he do not know which BJP national leader will he meet at Delhi. He expressed firm belief that the trip will accelerate the political career of former 5 MLAs including him. O Lukhoi claimed that 6 former Congress legislators have not joined BJP as yet and more details on the same will be known after the trip. Speaking to media, Sagolban Congress MLA R.K. Imo, who left for Delhi on the same special flight along with other dignitaries, said that his trip to Delhi is not related with politics. He said he was going to Delhi on personal business. Meanwhile, according to reliable sources, final decisions of BJP for the 6 MLAs in view of upcoming by-election might be taken during the visit. The by-election is likely to empower the current BJP-led coalition government in Manipur.
Thoidokpa maramdi khangde akoi honorable CM na ma chakani duda akoi su yaw si haidana yawbani adum akoi ai idea amta lei CM na litawun mi je akoi nahan Congress tagi resign tawgi ba khoi taru aduga te te kana kana yawbno khangdi ahem khra yawni da sum taji aduma de thoidok idea lejedre aduga khoi taru amadi clear ore.
Veteran politician Ojoy lambasted the state government for its failure to produce business advisory while forming agenda to raise vote of confidence, non-provisions of bulletin and raising vote of confidence in the last moment of the recently held 11th Assembly session. He lamented that such act is invalid in parliamentary practice. He condemned the failure to live telecast the Assembly session and asserted that such act is a violation of the Assembly's rules and regulations, mentioning that although Assembly Rule 17A clearly states that 3 Assembly sessions should be held for minimum 50 days in a year, he questioned why the state government denied the opposition party's suggestion to hold the recent Assembly session for 2 to 3 days.
If a provision exists for live telecast of the proceeding, this shall in addition be ensure. Sine, ako iti Manipur na han live telecast mitalik na. Karimota live telecast lairabasu video in addition to it videograph hapadam. Sine lai. Ado agadi nangi Manipur ki board of confidence logo kanda assembly videograph live telecast thadi. Masi rule de yaw ni basi aku ki assembly as lai ba assembly si khangde na koi logo. Moi si atiam na khangam moi aina I thadi de madumuki. They are very intentionally me aning ba yaw na mado division si diffuse tori bana. Division de ton di bana.
Now updates on coronavirus cases in Manipur. 179 new COVID-19 cases were reported in Manipur in the last 24 hours. As per a report by IDSP Manipur and COVID-19 Command Control Room, confirmed cases in Manipur reached 4,569, out of which 1,192 are active cases. 2,632 has recovered so far, and recovery rate stands at 57.60%. 194 individuals were discharged in the past 24 hours. COVID-19 related death toll in Manipur has reached 16, with 3 new reports of COVID-19 death today. According to Impact News sources, a COVID-19 positive 44-year-old 182 Battalion BSF personnel died at RIMS around 9:30 this morning. He was admitted to RIMS Nephrology Department on August 14. He was earlier diagnosed with chronic kidney disease, uremic encephalopathy and severe anemia. Another 94-year-old male from Kiam Shifai, Thobal, passed away at RIMS this morning. He was referred from Siju Hospital and admitted to RIMS on August 12. He was diagnosed with hypertension and COVID-19 related pneumonia. One COVID-19 positive 74-year-old man from Waheng Laikai in Imphal West also passed away at Jenims this morning. The deceased earlier had heart problem and he was admitted to the hospital after tested positive for coronavirus on August 14. Suffering from breathlessness and other severe symptoms, he was kept on ventilator and necessary preventive measures were taken up as well. Meanwhile, Dr. T.H. Uthan, who dedicatedly treated patients of COVID-19 care center Jenims, was tested positive for coronavirus yesterday. Chief Secretary of Manipur, Dr. Rajkumari, released an order stating that visitors coming to Manipur for a short stay have to carry a COVID test negative report done in any lab approved by ICMR during the last 48 hours before arrival in the state. Visitors who entered the state regarding economic and social development can stay in the state up to 7 days or leisure. Visitors without test reports can go through COVID-19 tests from ICMR approved labs, including IRL Laboratory in Lamphal, which is a government designated lab, and Babina Diagnostics. Visitors must provide their place of stay in the state and contact number at HRD Academy, Transit Camp and screening centers at Mao and Judibam, and the visitors must abide by standard operating procedure given by the government to prevent COVID-19. Extended COVID-19 related complete lockdown in the state has affected normal life. Roads bore deserted looks. Business centers and shops in Imphal city remain closed, but pharmacies and medical stores remained opened. State police personnel detained curfew violators. District commissioners has already issued orders imposing curfew from 5 p.m. till 6 a.m. in their respective districts. The ongoing extended COVID-19 related complete lockdown has also affected normal life at Moreh town. Various laborers in Moreh have been facing inconveniences after Indo-Myanmar border was sealed. Shops remained closed except for grocery shops and pharmacies. Fresh vegetables are hard to get following shutdown of markets. However, Myanmar products are still available at high prices. Moreh police have been advising people to wear face masks and giving awareness regarding COVID-19. One family member of COVID-19 positive patient fled as health department and localities were on their way to pick up family members of the patient for COVID-19 test. The man who fled is identified as 29-year-old Yumnam Boy from Kurai Konsam Laikai in Imphal East District. According to Impact News sources, Boy fled towards Kongpal around 10:30 this morning. Boy's father was tested positive for COVID-19 on August 14, following which initiatives were taken up to conduct COVID-19 tests of remaining family members. Boy's father works at RIMS Hospital. Convener of People's Task Force for COVID-19, B.K. Moirangcha appealed government to reconsider the order released by the Health Department allowing asymptomatic and very mild symptomatic COVID patients to quarantine at their respective homes. He urged government to immediately revoke the order. Speaking to media at the office of the task force today, B.K. Moirangcha said the initiative is incompatible to lifestyle of the state, though the same is mentioned in the new guidelines provided by WHO. Mentioning that more than 100 people are tested positive in a single day in the state and all of them are asymptomatic, he appealed to government to take up necessary measures accordingly. He expressed suspicions on the government's initiative to look after COVID-19 patients as it seems negligent towards the patients.
Sigumba nong hengleba missing sing nase ekoi thambam chalaktabadegi manage tawong khangtabadegi adumba paikhalakpa ngha ngha ki oiba thoksil thorang oiragedi ekoi miyam oiba achobal laibak thibani masina Manipur miyam asa ekoi tumna hakkedoribra haibi wahang kaya ama ekoi miyam da thorokli aduna maram waraga haiba thorokli ba health department gi order se makhata na amona khantaminabagi
A new COVID care center for Bishnupur district will be opened in a couple of days at old DC complex of the district in view of increasing number of COVID-19 positive cases in the district. Necessary processes are underway for opening of the new COVID care center. Speaking to media during an inspection visit at the construction site of the COVID care center, Chief Medical Officer of the district, Dr. L. Gozendro, highlighted the plights facing the people as Bishnupur District Hospital have been treating COVID-19 patients only. He added, following complaints of people, initiatives were taken up to open the new COVID care center at former DC office complex. He also appealed the government to extend support in the ongoing process. Accompanying the inspection visit, Superintendent of the Bishnupur District Hospital, Dr. N. Bino, highlighted the challenges to run the district hospital due to inadequate doctors and nurses. N. Bino also appealed the government to look into the matter and fill up vacancies at the earliest. Ningol Club and Asha workers of Hairok held discussion on inconveniences faced at Community Health Center Hairok at temporary office of Ningol Club Hairok today. Speaking to media, CHC Hairok MO Dr. Yengkom Nokul highlighted the lacking facilities at the Community Health Center. He said the CHC remains like a dispensary due to lack of adequate staffs and test machines. Speaking to media, President of Ningol Club, Khandong Bayum Sophia, appealed authorities concerned to keep rapid antigen test facilities at CAC Hairok to conduct COVID-19 tests of all pregnant women in Hairok so as to avoid any unwanted incidents in future. Ningol Club also drew attention of Education, Labour and Employment Minister, Health Minister and Chief Minister to look into the flaking facilities at the earliest. Kada President Hijam Priyokumar, CAC Hairok AFF, M. Usharani, local club members attended the meet. Attendees also took various decisions on the occasion. United Porampat Baruni Road Organization UPBRO held a meet and met unanimous decision to develop a common strategy to tackle the COVID-19 pandemic. The meet was held at the residence of UPBRO President Thokchom Surchandra. Attendees resolved to unite to fight against the pandemic. They also met discussions to join hands with Forest Department and authorities concerned to plant 3 saplings along Porampat Baruni Road to facilitate in combating climate change. Community Quarantine Center opened at DM College of Teachers Education campus for Thangmaiban constituency was sanitized today after its inmates left home after testing negative for COVID-19. Press release from Thangmaiban United Club said that the sanitization work was carried out under the initiative of Thangmaiban MLA KH Joykishan. Now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you news on updates on observance of 16th death anniversary of Pebam Chittaranjan Mangang. We'll be back with the details after the break. Keep watching Impact News.
Ichabu mahitam hanba haibasi mama mapa singna machada piba ngamba khwaidigi chabu khudoni. Slopland Public School, biggest and the finest residential school, Manipur gi oina lemjuningai oiraba, mahitam ama oiriba, khwaidigi junaraba mafamda semgatlaba, CBSE the affiliate toba higher secondary school oiri. Ichasingbu admission tawidana mama mapa singna machada piba ngamba khwaidigi chabu khudol oibiu, ichagi phazabalam chat sajati ahombadu ubiu, Slopland Public School Khongjom.
Kaziranga University, the #1 career university in the Northeast, offering a wide range of UG and PG courses with up to 100% merit-based scholarship, a state-of-the-art infrastructure, and unbeatable placements. A pioneer in shaping, molding, and delivering excellence, Kaziranga University is the right place to launch your career.
Welcome back. You're watching Sunday Primetime English Bulletin on Impact News. Manipur Students Federation MSF observed 16th death anniversary of Pebam Chittaranjan Mangang at TYC Club Segaro Takilambam Laikai today. Floral tributes were paid to the portrait of Pebam Chittaranjan and 2-minute silence was paid on the occasion. Speaking at the event, MSF President Sahajat Boyamayum said, MSF have been following the steps of the martyr who sacrificed his life in demand to abolish APSPA 1958 from the state. He added, MSF has been organizing the death anniversary of Pebam Chittaranjan every year and people will continue to fondly remember the sacrifices of Pebam Chittaranjan despite this year's low-key observance of the death anniversary due to COVID-19 pandemic. Sahajat Boyamayum also appealed to people to support MSF in their protests against the violence faced by people. Leaders and members of Poirei Leimarol Mairapaibi Apunbalok, Committee on Human Rights Manipur and All Manipur United Clubs Organization Amuko attended the event. MSF also held the death anniversary at Bishnupur and floral tributes were offered to the portrait of Pebam Chittaranjan. It may be mentioned that Pebam Chittaranjan self-immolated himself at Bishnupur Bazaar on August 15, 2004 to repeal the Black Law APSPA 1958 from the state. He succumbed to his injuries on August 16.
Iramdam asida Manipur gi citizen amoina chagi yumgi thonganda tho phawda aikogi akibana mang tharakanda dumaina thokpagi phibamda sumaina aki tujungba miamna namthabiraba adumba khunai amada hingadai sarukti mikup amatong or sumaning tamna lawramlaga akoi sikhibana phayena khallakanda India gi ningtamba numit haibdi 15 August India gi independent day numita adumba phibam adu uruba matamda India gi ningtambadi leire aduga Manipur gi ningtambadi karai de sakre ko gi hingbagi hakti karai de lekre haibagi mangonda yamda nuai taba thamoi chopa alumaba phibo mama lakpadagi mana masa mathanda ba mai thajaduna myam gi lamjing maira oina myam da inot hapoina myam gi ihoda inot hapoina athoba sina supreme sacrifice tokiba aduga thangnaba numit August ki tarik 13 ngasi gi numit asida thoba sina ningtambagi khongjang kaya ama changchila o haiba myam da paujel piram laga thoba si leikide asumba phibam ase athoba sina mangjaramba manglan afaswa gi mayokta matam chubada lepkiba leikiba do ngasi su leiri.
Impact TV management team regret informed that Impact TV subscribers of Lamsang and Iroisemba area will face problems with cable reception for a couple of days due to maintenance of optical fiber cable installed in the areas. Impact TV management team deeply regret any inconveniences this may cause to the subscribers. India has reported a single-day spike of 64,490 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. Their toll has reached 49,980, while 18,62,258 people have recovered. India's rate of recovery has improved to 71.91%. As per the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, country's total confirmed cases have crossed 25,89,000, out of which active cases are above 6,77,000. Maharashtra has the highest number of active cases of above 1,56,000. Meanwhile, the Indian Council of Medical Research said that 7,46,608 samples were tested for COVID-19 in the last 24 hours. Globally, coronavirus has infected above 2,16 lakh people and above 7,69,000 people have died. Recoveries are above 1,43 lakh. USA is on the top with more than 24,56,000 active cases, followed by Brazil and India. Now updates on coronavirus cases in Northeast region. Currently, there are above 30,000 active cases of COVID-19 in the Northeast states, including Manipur. Assam's total confirmed COVID-19 cases are 75,550, out of which 22,090 are active cases. Arunachal Pradesh confirmed COVID-19 cases are 2,650, out of which 882 are active cases. Nagaland's active cases of COVID-19 are 2,134. Tripura's total active COVID-19 cases are 1,855. There are 421 active cases of COVID-19 in Mizoram, 486 in Sikkim and 690 in Meghalaya. President of BJP Khundrakpa Mandal, Moirangthem Deb Ratan, has warned that the Mandal will lodge an FIR against those corrupt PDS agents who misappropriated free rice under NAPSA at the earliest. He refuted the denials made by Public Relations Officer of Khundrakpam MLA K. Dilip Kumar and Joint Secretary of All Khundrakpam Kendra Fair Price Shop L. Binod on misappropriation of free rice under NAPSA for the constituency for the month of July. Speaking to media, Dev Ratan said that notice issued by relevant departments mentioned that free rice under NAPSA for the constituency for July have already been procured on August 6th. He disclosed that the exact quantity of rice procured by various PDS agents of the constituency, their contact numbers and registration numbers of the trucks used to lift the rice have been found out. He urged authorities concerned to look into the matter at the earliest.
FCI की DSO की उठांग की हारिबा रेकॉर्ड से कोई पंजरे हारिबा जुलाई थागी नफ्सा की सेंग असी अगस्त की तांग तरुकता सिंथोपी की बनी सिंथोपी की फेयर प्राइस की कोई एजेंट हांगबिरी की मिंग लोइने यावरे मकोई न सिंथोपी की ट्रक नंबर अदु मकोई कंटेन नंबर अदुगा हाइब इन डिटेल लोइना सुना यावरे अदुना चिंथोकी दे हाइबिरबनिना हाइबसिगी मातांगदा अखोइना एजेंसिंग सिगी मथक्ता यामना तु मतमदा ngasi nomni sida makoina sengji चिंथोकी दे हाइबनिना कोइ सेंगजी कदाय द मांगिबनो डिपार्टमेंट की साइट डिपार्टमेंट ना लौक्तुइब्रा नत्रगा एजेंसिंग ना लौक्तुइब्रा हाइबन सिंगबदु मसि मकोइना लौथोकते हारबनिना मकोइ मथक्ता कोइ एफआईआर लॉस तौजरगनी.
Manipur Meetai Association Bangalore has appealed to Manipuri families residing in Bangalore to refrain from employment of child below 18 years of age as a domestic helper. Press release from the association mentioned the recent case of abuse of a child domestic helper by a Manipuri family in Bangalore. MMAB strongly condemned the incident and appealed not to repeat such incidents in future. And before we wrap up, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Chief Minister Nongthamam Birren, along with 6 former Congress legislators, left for Delhi to meet BJP central leaders. Manipur reports 3 new COVID-19 deaths today. Total death toll from COVID-19 in Manipur rises to 16. Visitors coming to Manipur for a short stay have to carry a COVID test negative report done in any lab approved by ICMR. India reports single-day spike of 64,490 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. Death toll reaches 49,980. And veteran politician Ojoy claims producing a vote of confidence as the last agenda in the recent held 11 Assembly session is against parliamentary practice. That's all we have for today. Thank you for being with us. Coming up next is Primetime Manipuri Bulletin. For more news updates, you can also follow Impact TV on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. Till then,